There's something huge that has happened this week on two fronts. One, the Fushion GPS story with the Russians. It is massive, massive. It is not the Watergate of our times. It is so far beyond Watergate. This is gigantic. Not only is the Fushion GPS, that this dossier that had Donald Trump, having, and I believe actual golden showers, not the sick ones. I think actual gold. Some way or another, they put gold in the water and he was having golden showers. That dossier that came out that was full of him, with pogo sticks and everything, and Putin in bed, and it was horrible. That was paid for by the Clinton campaign. They then denied it for a year. But it was also used, they gave it to the FBI, and the FBI knew exactly who was involved in this. And Fushion GPS also was the ones who helped put the Trump meeting together at the Trump Tower. They had been hired by the Kremlin. So both sides are now involved in Russia, knee deep. Clinton is in much worse shape because not only did they lie about this for a year, but they were behind this horrible thing, and they got the FBI involved, and the FBI went and got a FISA court to allow them to spy on Donald Trump at Trump Tower based on this opposition research that Clinton had paid for that had Russian support. But that's not the big deal. The really big deal is Uranium One. The FBI has now removed President Obama's gag order. There was a gag order on a guy who was sent in by the FBI to spy on the Russians and to figure out what the Russians were doing with uranium and Uranium One. This is a company that Putin decided to take over as the state. So he wanted the state to be able to have Uranium One, which would process uranium. Uranium is extremely valuable, and it's a national asset and something we would never let our enemies have. You can't make plutonium without uranium. You can't make a nuclear bomb without uranium. We all remember this story from a few years ago when the press just went, when Clinton okayed the sale of 20% of our uranium supply. This is massive. 20% of our uranium supply went to Russia, an enemy of ours. Well, now that they've removed the gag order, now the guy who was sent in by the FBI to figure out what was going on back beginning in 2009, when he came back and started to report, hey, there's a problem. They're bribing the Clintons. They are sending money to the Clinton Foundation. Putin is involved in this. They are using bribery. They are using all kinds of illegal tactics to be able to control our uranium for some unknown reason. I wonder why. Barack Obama put a gag order on him. He wasn't even allowed to testify to Congress. This has now been removed. If he lives long enough, he's going to testify. This is really horrible. And anyone who had any doubts about Hillary Clinton, this is the kind of stuff that I told you in advance was going to come out. She is so dirty. She is so corrupt. You are going to be able to impeach her if she wins. We will see now what happens. This is corruption to the highest levels and corruption in the FBI, I believe. Now, you know this. I know this. Certainly the news media knows this. Listen to this question going to Jeff Flake from Matt Lauer on the Today Show.
Senator, let me test your newfound freedom for a second. I know you disagree with her on just about every major policy issue facing this country, but in terms of protecting our democracy, protecting respect for the office of the presidency, and protecting our image abroad, is it possible in your mind to consider that it would have been better if Hillary Clinton had won this election? Would it have been better if she won the election?
I didn't vote for this president last November. I didn't vote for President Clinton either, or Secretary Clinton either. But
second thoughts on that?
Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? She sold our enemy 20% of our uranium supply. Would it be better? Are you kidding me? She was in bed with the Russians with Fushion GPS, and she's denied it for a year. The media does not get it. The media will never get it. I fear the right media will not get it either. This is not about Donald Trump. This is not about Hillary Clinton. This is about the actual threat to the republic and the threat that Russia poses. And we must pay attention to what Russia is doing. And what they are doing is corrupting both parties. And they're doing it by giving them the candy that they want. Enough bad evidence to stir up your base, to get your base to hate them. It is critical that we stop as people tearing each other apart. Stop defending Hillary Clinton because you don't like Donald Trump. Stop defending Donald Trump because you don't like Hillary Clinton. Stop it. And let's talk about the real issue. And in this case, it's Russia.